Hi everyone, welcome. Today I am sharing with you how I do my weekly and daily planning at the beginning of the week. To start off, I put in my lines for my weekly pages. It's just a simple line down the page, and I divide each page into my daily focus and a section for my weekly meals. At the back of my notebook, I have a meal planning section with a list of our go-to meals. I decided to have 4 sections here: breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert, and another section. That last one is mainly for things that don't fit into all the other 3. I then transfer all the meals from my old weekly planner into this new section. This is something I will keep updating as I go, adding new recipes and meals that we like. It really helps me cut down on decision fatigue when it comes to meal planning. I just go to pick meals from the section, usually based on what we already have in the house, and it also guides me on my weekly shopping. I typically don't plan out every single meal for the whole week in one go. I just find it easier to keep things flexible. Usually I'll plan the next day's meals the night before along with my tasks. That's what I then went on to do here. So for Monday, I listed out my 3 main tasks for the day, plus a little extra one I thought I could sneak in. And that's what I do for every other day. I try to limit myself to 3 tasks. If I get 1 done, great. If I get all 3 done, even better. This way I find that it keeps me from overwhelming myself and helps me stay realistic about what I can actually get done. While I'm meal planning, I will also just jot down any ingredients we might need for that week. And for that, I keep a sticky note in my notebook as a running list. So I can just pull it out and take it with me. And it just makes shopping really simple, straightforward, and it keeps me on top of what we need in the house. Next up, I set up my morning routine pages on the left-hand side. I decided to have little habit trackers for my morning and evening routines. This will be a nice little way to stay on top of them. For me, it's also a push to keep showing up because sometimes it's really easy to slip. Seeing it during the day reminds me to get it done if I've missed it. And for my evening routine especially, it really sets me up for success the next day. If I tidy the kitchen and floors at night, I wake up to a clean house, and that's just a nice little feeling. It feels like such a treat in the morning. So I like to get that done whenever I can, and it's not every single night that I'll be able to do that, but on the nights that I can get that done, I will always try to have it done. And I feel like it gives me extra time in the morning because that just saves me having to clean the floors and all of that before our day starts. So I absolutely love getting this done whenever I can. For that middle section, I decided to try something new this time around, and it's the rolling weekly spread. I first came across this on Claudia's YouTube channel, which I'll link in the description, and it's based on the Alistair method. It's basically a tracker for recurring tasks that pop up throughout the week. I use it to spread things out instead of putting them all in one day. I thought it would be a nice way to track my tasks as well. So I set up the dates, listed my tasks, and used a little key to help me with scheduling and tracking. So these are tasks that I typically do several times a week or maybe once every other day, and would just like to have a snapshot of whether I've done them or not. It just helps me as well in my free time, or help me figure out where I need to be cleaning or what I need to be doing. And I don't have to constantly think about it and try to figure out, oh, what do I need to do right now? If I have my tasks scheduled in, I'll know, okay, I need to do laundry today. I need to do this and that today. So I thought it would be nice. And now, of course, I had to add some stickers. This is absolutely the fun part for me. And this week I went with affirmation stickers. I wanted to keep myself motivated in the word and surround my journal with little reminders of truth and encouragement. I also added a note for some outstanding tasks from last week that I had not scheduled in yet. So I just noted them down, and the plan is to then get them done at some point in the week. Decorating with stickers is always fun for me. It's my version of going all out when it comes to my weekly planning. I don't actually have a huge stash of stickers. I've promised myself I'll only buy more once I've used what I have. And I think that's such a lovely way to enjoy the supplies I already own and actually get through them, because these are tools and they are meant to be used. For me, I am a recovering hoarder in terms of stationery. I love stationery, and I would just like get things and keep them and not use them because I was just scared to use them in a way. I was like, oh no, it's too pretty to use. But now I'm just like, you know what? Let's use them. There'll always be pretty stickers. There'll always be pretty paper, pretty journals. So let's use them. That's what they're meant for. I decided to go in with these foot stickers. They have a watercolor vintage feel to them. Not watercolor, whatever this is. They gave me a very rustic vibe, and I just loved putting them all over my pages, on the meal planning pages. And I thought that they looked really pretty at the end. So I had that done, and that's pretty much it. This is my weekly and daily planning for the week. I like to keep my spreads simple so I can still set them up quickly on busy days. This layout was quick and easy, and if I need to rush, I think it's something I can do in 5 to 10 minutes, and it still works without being fancy. Every Sunday, or at least every Sunday, I try to plan out my week and my tasks. Then each night during the week, I plan for the next day. That's what helps me to stay on track. It makes sure I'm focusing on what matters and filling my time with things that are actually important to me. And with that, thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to do all the nice stuff, like, subscribe, and share with someone who might find this helpful. I will see you in the next one.